We're on board with Kimi Antonelli, who's really pushing to the limit in that Mercedes car. So, oh, he's had a mistake and he's gone into the gravel. Kimi Antonelli, who was on a fast lap, have gone into the gravel trap at the exit of turn 13, going into the final corner of the banking, and he's made a mistake, and that is not what you want to see if you're the championship leader. Oh, massive lock up from Fernando Alonso, and it's going to put him into the gravel at the exit of Tarzan corner, and that man will not be happy after that mistake. Lance Stroll, only 18th fastest for the Canadian driver, and that's a shame for Aston Martin, who head into this weekend with more major upgrades to their car. But right now, it looks like it's going to be a double elimination for the team once again. Alonso comes across the line, and he's only P21. The curse has returned once again for Aston Martin, and they continue their very utter woes in this 2026 season. Here's Nico Hulkenberg now in the Audi, coming out to the banking, down towards the line. Hulkenberg crosses the line, he goes up to 12th. Is that going to be enough to get him into the top 16? It might be. Here's Yuki Tsunoda on his return to Formula 1, 13th fastest for the Japanese driver in the Racing Bulls. That would do nicely for him. Ocon goes 14th fastest for Haas. Hamilton has backed off of his lap because he is going to be safe no matter what happens now. Alex Albon and the Williams will come across the line in just a moment, and he stays in 15th. And Ollie Behrman misses out by a tenth of a second. It's only P17 for the Haas driver. Russell stays 5th fastest as he crosses the line. Here's Carlos Sainz, and he's out 18th for the smooth operator in the Williams. Valtteri Bottas crosses the line in the Cadillac, and it's only P20 for the Finn. What about his teammate Sergio Perez? Does he have pace to get into the top 16? No. Goes ahead of Fernando Alonso. And Hamilton got blocked there by Max Verstappen. And he's saying he got traffic when he got held up by Verstappen. So Behrman, Sainz, the two Cadillacs and the two Aston Martins are out in SQ1. Not what they need. Here's Gabby Bortoletto out of the banking, coming up to the line. Is this going to be enough to get the Audi driver into SQ3? You know what? That would do nicely. With a fastest final sector, 8th fastest for Gabriel Bortoletto. Hulkenberg misses out by over a tenth of a second. He's only a P11 for him. Esteban Ocon in the Haas will be next across the line. And unfortunately, it's going to be P12 for the Frenchman as Lando Norris crosses the line to go second fastest, a tenth and a half of his teammate Oscar Piastri, who won here last year. Liam Lawson on his return to Red Bull, only 9th fastest for the Kiwi. Is that going to be enough? Let's find out what others are doing behind, as Pierre Gasly is looking to do well as he comes across the line. Does he get through? He does, in 7th fastest. Great lap from Pierre Gasly. That should be enough to get him into the top 10. Colapinto is out of qualifying. Lawson could be out of qualifying here. What will Yuki Tsunoda do? Does he knock Liam Lawson out as he crosses the line by 9 milliseconds? Yuki Tsunoda misses out on a spine SQ3 of his Formula 1 return. Here's Arvid Lindblad. He crosses the line and he knocks Liam Lawson outside qualifying. 9th fastest for the rookie, and Liam Lawson on his Red Bull return for this one race is out in SQ2 in P11. What a shame for the Red Bull driver, and that is a huge shame for the Kiwi. So Lawson, Tsunoda, Colapinto, Hulkenberg, Ocon and Albon are eliminated in SQ2. Lando Norris, who won last time out in Budapest, has returned from the summer break to prove that he's still got the confidence to fight for wins once again in this Formula 1 World Championship. A 24-6 for Lando Norris through the first sector. Will that be enough, or will others go quicker than him? Antonelli is going to come up to the end of the first sector now. Leclerc just made it to the line with a minute to spare. Antonelli 2/10 up on Norris through the first sector with a 24-4. But don't discount Antonelli's teammate George Russell. He'll be in the mix as well, and Russell beats that with a 24-3 through the first sector. Game on in the battle for sprint pole here at Zandvoort. So we're on board now with Lando Norris coming round the final 2 corners now. Will this be enough for the reigning world champion to put that McLaren on sprint pole here at Zandvoort? Norris crosses the line. Only a 1:11.6 for Lando Norris, but Kimi Antonelli and George Russell could beat it. Russell has not gone purple though through the middle centre. Bitterest wobble there at the final corner there for Kimi Antonelli. Would it be enough to take his sprint pole away from Lando Norris? Antonelli crosses the line. No, he misses out by nearly 2/10 of a second. Antonelli will not be on sprint pole. It's teammate George Russell, Mike. Russell crosses the line and smashes it out of the park by 41 milliseconds. George Russell is on provisional sprint pole here at Zandvoort. Charles Leclerc will be next to cross the line. He needs a sneak pole away. Third fastest and misses out by. What about Oscar Piastri, winner here last year? He crosses the line 4th and 10th off pole. The closest top 4 so far here in Zandvoort. Lewis Hamilton is going to cross the line. It's Bortoletto goes 6th fastest for Audi. Hamilton crosses the line. He's only P6 for Ferrari. A disaster qualifying for him. But now, here comes Max Verstappen on the weekend when he signed a new 4-year contract with Red Bull. Can he make it even better by putting on sprint pole? No! 6th fastest for Verstappen, half a second off the pace. And it's George Russell who heads into the second half of the season to prove that he's still got the confidence to fight for the World Championship. And he snags sprint pole here at Zandvoort. What a way to come back for the summer break for George Russell. He will lead the field to green in the sprint race tomorrow. What a grid.
Up front. Nice one.
Beautiful.
Must be a bit light on that engagement ring. Engaged in the...
That is what you love to hear, George Russell. Happy to be back at the front of the grid. And that will give him some confidence for the sprint tomorrow as he looks to come back in the fight for the World Championship. Heading into this second half of the season, Russell does the hustle on a Friday here at Zandvoort.